Today's video is going to be all about chocolate and dark chocolate in particular. I know this is a little bit different video than what I normally do, but chocolate is one of those simple indulgences in life, and so I thought it might be fun after Valentine's Day for those of you that got a bunch of chocolate and are maybe feeling guilty about indulging in it a little bit too much. So we'll talk a little bit about healthy ways to indulge in dark chocolate. We'll talk about a number of chocolates that I picked up at the that were on sale at the grocery store, and going to actually do a taste test of those. I've invited my marketing coordinator Sophia to join us today to do that, so that'll be fun. Also going to talk with a local chocolatier and about how he sources his chocolate. So all kinds of things, all chocolate. It's going to be a fun video. Hope you stick with me to the end. We'll talk a little bit about the benefits of dark chocolate as well, so that there's no reason to feel guilty when you're indulging in chocolate in a healthy way. So yeah, let's get started. So I decided to make a day of it with my mom and pick up chocolates all over the place in Cincinnati, Ohio. So first stop here was Ruby's Chocolates, and they had some really cute dark chocolate truffles here. Next up, my sister at the Kentucky Millstone Cafe.
So I'm gonna send one of these truffles home with you.
Oh, so thank you.
I took a class online and I learned how to make them. So the inside is a carameled hazelnut, and then inside that is this like chocolate ganache, and it has what's called feuilletine in it. And so these are these tiny little wafers. So you make like crepes and you break them into tiny little wafers. And so like that's inside the ganache, and then it's got a chocolate coating and some gold leaf on it there.
Cool, thank you. We're now in Maverick Chocolate, and you're looking at a replica of Harriet Quimby's airplane, and she was the first female to get a pilot's license in the US. Lucky enough here to find the owner of Maverick Chocolate, and we got to talk all about chocolate.
So we were talking about our Vietnam dark chocolate, 75% dark chocolate, and we get the beans from a small farm outside of Ho Chi Minh City and in the Ben Tre region. And what's really special about that chocolate is just how all of Vietnam has really started to grow more heirloom quality cacao in the last 20 years. It never used to. That's become a new part of the government's plan to diversify. And so
what is heirloom? When you say heirloom cacao, what is that?
So that is actually a designation of cacao of how high the quality is. That's the highest quality that you can get. And so beans that the big companies buy out of West Africa are just commodity grade. I mean, they're the exact opposite. They're how cheap of beans can you manage to find in the world.
Right.
And most of what's coming out of South America, a lot of Central America, and then places like Vietnam, Fiji are going the opposite direction, which is how good of beans we can make.
Okay.
Because of craft chocolate makers have started to say, we want better than just the cheapest chocolate that is possible.
How do you end up, like, when you go to pick and try to source your cacao, how do you go about doing that?
I mean, there's a lot of ways. One of them is exactly like how I said, we try a lot of different chocolate bars,
okay,
and then go and find out who the grower of the beans were.
Okay.
Because if you're buying craft chocolate, you're pretty much getting cocoa beans and sugar. So you're able
Okay.
to tell quite readily what the chocolate is like, what those beans can produce.
Right.
Now, everybody who makes it will put their own twist, their own slant to it, but you can understand what the underlying flavor and quality is. And so with generic chocolate, it's impossible. They don't tell you what the beans are, so you would have no way of being able to find those farms. Craft chocolate's way more transparent.
So you're tasting chocolate from somewhere, and you're like, you can know that that's a good quality.
Correct.
And then from there, you're taking it backwards and then making it your own by sourcing and then making your own.
So that's one way that we do it. The other way is I'll go to a show, to a conference, and I'll meet different farmers there and contact them later, get some samples of beans, things like that. Other cases, I'll read about a farm that's doing something very good, either quality-wise or from an ethical standpoint, working with women of the community, those kinds of things. And so then we'll reach out to them and say, okay, how do we, can we work together and why not?
Paul from Maverick Chocolate really stressed buying high quality chocolate by looking for organic chocolate and fair trade chocolate. So I made sure to look for that when I picked up some of these bars at the grocery store as well. So let's do some tasting of these. Sophia, I am so glad you are here with me to have this fun little taste testing. I think this is going to be really exciting, and I'm really kind of curious to see which ones. I think I know what I like with chocolate, but it'll be interesting to see if what I think I like is what I really like.
Yeah, I don't know what I like with chocolate other than dark, so I'm definitely excited to see if there's any difference to me or if they're all good or bad.
Yeah, and I am definitely a dark chocolate person too. So it's interesting though that we do have here to sample the local chocolatier that we have some of the dark chocolates that we're going to sample here and rate. We also have a couple that are milk chocolate, and in fact one of these within here, they're all different like levels or percentages of cacao, but one of these is even a milk chocolate, and honestly you could kind of tell by looking at it, but since it's only one of them, I'm not sure that it's necessarily obvious, because it still does have a dark chocolate or higher percentage of cacao. So I guess we'll go ahead and what we were thinking is we'll start with doing the taste testing here where our palates are clean and clear. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Sophia was kind enough to write all these down, so I'm not even sure what we have here at all. So I guess we'll just work our way from maybe left to right. Yeah. And we'll start with what we got over here.
I've already forgotten which order.
Oh, good. So it's a crisp chocolate. I don't know if you heard that little bark that when we took a bite.
I like that it's dry but still kind of buttery.
Mm-hmm. It's very good. It's smooth. At first it was like crisp bite into it, but then it's still a smooth chocolate. Yeah. I'm gonna try and be really critical in because we're gonna go 1 to 10. So try and be rating. I'm afraid that I'm gonna start more towards the middle to give me a leeway to go up and down possibly. Right. So I'm gonna maybe start with
I usually like it to be a little more smooth while it's in my mouth, and that one had some more texture.
It takes a while to get there for it or something.
Yeah, the flavor is good, but the texture is a little more rough.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with a 5.
Oh, okay.
You were gonna go higher, weren't you?
I like the flavor, so I think I'll go with 6.
Okay. That one bites too. It's like that crisp. That's got to be the milk.
Yeah, I believe so. It's lighter in color.
Yeah, you can definitely taste the
immediately.
Yeah, I mean, even though it's a darker milk chocolate for sure, which normally I don't really like milk chocolate at all.
Right.
But I mean, it tastes good. But if I was picking out a chocolate, I would not go for this because it does have the milk. So I'm just gonna discount that one for me. It's gonna be at the bottom. Yeah, it's got to be I mean, it's still good for milk chocolate, but for me it would be a 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say a 3. But I think I like the texture of that one more. And inside the chocolate bars from Maverick from Cincinnati, they say part of the indication of how well a chocolate is made is that break, the snap.
Oh, really?
And the crunch sound that it makes. Yeah, you want a clean snap and a loud crunching sound, breaking sound.
This next one we try, I love it. There is there's a little bit of almost none of these had flavorings with them. Right. So these were all just the cacao, not necessarily you'll have things that have cherry in them or whatever. Right. And these were all the straight chocolates from different cacao beans or whatever that they made them from or whatever. This one has kind of like a cherry undertones though, or something, or some kind of fruity undertone. I really like it.
It has definitely like a sharp tang in its bitterness.
That one's got to be like I can even say 9 for me.
Oh, wow.
I really like it.
Okay. I'm into a more subtle depth of flavor, so I'm gonna give it a 6. Between if it's a 70% or a 75% from the bars we might have, I would guess 70.
Yeah, it seems like a little lower from that. Yeah, I agree. And which might be why I kind of like it a little bit more too. Because I do like really dark chocolate, but I do tend to have like, it's still like, it can get to the point where it's like really bitter if it gets too dark.
Yeah. Does that one seem softer to you off the bite?
It was, yeah.
I kind of like that.
It's really good too.
Yeah, this is, to me, that one tastes like just a baseline, really good dark chocolate. That would go really well with a glass of red wine.
Yeah, it would. It would.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really like that one. Is like very, almost a perfect dark chocolate bar for me.
That was really awesome too. And that makes me wonder about the other, because like, I'm just gonna give that a 9 too.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9.
All right, and we're heading on to the next.
This one looks gorgeous. I think I can put it up. It has, these have more of they're squares, but they have a peak in the middle, and this one is a flat, average Joe rectangle, but the color is gorgeous. It's so
really
dark.
Good. It's very different. It's not what I was expecting.
It's very creamy. Which has like kind of the sweetness that you look for from a milk chocolate, but with the high percentage of cacao, it really melts in your mouth, even though it has that initial crunch.
I think I know which one this is.
Yeah, me too. I'm a little experienced with it, I think.
And we'll tell you a little bit more about that when we tell the results here.
Yeah.
But gosh, that one's good, but I think it's more like a 7 for me.
Okay. Yeah, I would say because it has all of that sweetness, which I don't really look for when I eat dark chocolate, I would give it an 8 because I do love the texture of it.
Yeah, it does have an awesome texture for sure. That was different. It's, you know, not having done a chocolate taste test before, I never really paid that much attention to that difference in the first bite. I mean, that might be something to try out, you all. When you try, you know, trying some chocolate, just paying attention to like how, when you know, like that first bite into it, what that does, how crisp it is, how soft it is, like how easy your teeth go into it.
Yeah. It's a good measure of just like what the texture might be like. That one was very soft, airy, and went down the easiest for me. It very tastes cherry, potentially cherry almond-ish, which I know is involved with one of the cacao beans based on where they're sourced from. But I can't remember which.
Yeah.
So still a lot of mystery around this one. But it made me realize that I like the ones with more crunch.
Yeah.
It's very soft.
This one has I think I taste the, it almost tastes like I don't know like whether there's like, in addition to the cacao itself, there must be some kind of like, I don't know whether it's like some kind of fat that goes with it or whatever to make it. Like this seems like it's coconut to me with it, like a coconut oil. And I might be totally wrong here. I probably am totally wrong here, but that's what I'm imagining with it. I don't know why.
Ingredient list.
Yeah. So
but
anyway,
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd give that one for me like a 7, I guess, again.
Yeah, that one for me is not one I would ever eat again, just because it's not my style.
Yeah,
I'm not a big
that's my
cherry girl
problem.
either.
Yeah.
So I would probably give it like a 4.
Okay. Yeah, I probably was stretching on the 7, to be honest with me. Maybe you should put mine down. Put it back down to a 5. Like when I compare it back to like where I first started, I probably even like that one better. So
Yeah.
probably.
I do too.
That's probably my. Okay, so we're gonna try out some different things here too, and then we'll come back and give the results of what each of these were that we were talking about, and where they're from, and you know how you can get them if you would like to try them too.
Yeah, the best one.
Yeah. So some of the other things that we tried. So one of the brands that that I got a bunch from locally because they actually make their chocolate in the Cincinnati area. You can actually go in and get a tour and see like how the chocolate is made and everything, which is kind of cool. But there's this another like milk chocolate one that actually got a Good Food Award in 2022, which so that's kind of cool. So we can try that, even though it's a milk. Maybe we'll see how we like it compared to that other little milk one that we tried.
Yeah. And I can
I'm just gonna
show,
break off a little. Go ahead.
a little bit of the inside of the package. There's text all over it, and it gives you a chocolate tasting guide.
Oh, cool.
Things to pay attention to, like the sound, and
Oh,
if
yeah?
it makes it crisp snap, that indicates a good temper. And tempering chocolate is notoriously really difficult to do correctly. So,
Interesting. This one like snaps when you even cut it too. I don't know if that makes anything better.
this is probably one of the best dark chocolate.
Milk
chocolates
chocolate.
I've ever
Yeah,
had.
that one is like really good for a milk chocolate. I can see why it won a Good Food Award.
Yeah, and it has bourbon in it, which you taste on the end.
It's called Prohibition milk chocolate.
Yeah, now
I
it makes
actually kind of
sense.
want to like taste it again. I didn't notice the bourbon flavor on the end. Now I want to try it again.
Yeah, it definitely, you don't taste it at first. It tastes
Oh yeah,
just
you're
like
right.
a deep milk chocolate, and then the bourbon really stands out at the end.
Yeah, that's kind of cool actually.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it doesn't come in as overpowering at all, obviously,
No.
because I didn't taste it at first. But...
And it's not even close to too sweet like most milk
Oh,
chocolates.
right.
So
Yeah.
that's
What
really
was it
impressive.
like? I don't know what their percentage was on this. I don't think it says on here. I don't know. I don't know what the percentage.
The one we
is, but
tried
it's
was
pretty good. It's good.
60% dark, so that one must be a little lighter, you have to
Yeah.
assume.
Okay, so we've got some other interesting ones here. This one is, I don't know if their name is Hue or Get Back to Human. I'm not
Right.
sure which. I've never tried this chocolate from them before.
I've never seen it.
This one is a cashew butter and raspberry dark chocolate. So these were some of the ones that were like some, look like some interesting brands at the grocery that I saw on sale and thought, oh, we'll try these out. So we will try this one.
And it's vegan. Is
Oh,
all
yeah,
dark
it's
chocolate
vegan.
vegan? Do we know?
I think the answer to that was no, and I think I'm trying to remember what the gentleman told me as to why they're not vegan. I think he was telling me that a lot of the sugar that they're sweetened with, they go through like I hate to say this, but I believe it was like filtrated like through like tiny fragments of bones, maybe like. I don't know if that was exactly right, but he was just saying that most chocolates aren't necessarily vegan.
Okay,
So,
that's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see the filling.
Oh, maybe I didn't get any filling. I might have to taste again. Yeah, I don't think I did.
I've never had cashew butter before,
Oh, no?
so that's what I was interested in.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I
Let me
like
try again.
raspberry dark chocolate. That's a very good
Me too.
classic combo. That's delicious.
That is really good. Oh, yeah. Very nice. That's
Yeah.
a good one to check out. That's
It's
worth
smooth all around, and the raspberry flavor is not
subtle.
overpowering like it usually is.
very good.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. I'm just shocked too because I didn't think I would like it very much.
So now we have a Kroger brand. They're Simple Truth Organic, and this one is a Marcona Almond, and it's a 73% cacao. I do like Marcona almonds.
I've never had that either.
Really, they're so good. I've never tried this, but I do love those Marcona almonds. You'll have to try them. They're they're different than a regular almond. They're like really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you definitely have to try it sometime. All right, I'll let you try this first. Go for it.
I don't know how you're getting clean pieces when you cut. I feel like mine always fragment.
Oh, I don't know. I wonder if we have to get in farther up. Yeah, the almonds like in there further. Let me go in a little further. get them. Well, okay. They're real small pieces of the almond here, so it's gonna be like, I don't know that you're gonna get much almond in this.
You can see it more on the bottom.
Yeah,
It's sticking out.
yeah, but they're pretty. I don't think you're gonna get much almond if you're looking for like almond.
A big crunch.
Yeah. I mean,
But
the
I
chocolate's
love
pretty
the
good.
flavor. Yeah, it's a little sweeter than what I would go for in a traditional dark chocolate bar, but I like it. And the texture is very melt in your mouth.
Yeah, actually for a 73%, it does. I mean, it's kind of surprisingly sweet
Very smooth.
for a 73%. So it is quite good.
Yeah. And the fact that it's from Kroger.
I know, and I
Awesome.
think this. I don't remember what any of these cost, quite frankly, but I do know that this obviously was one of the cheaper ones,
Yeah.
like in comparison to some of the others that we have here for sure. So, you know, if you're looking for something a little nutty,
Yeah.
but a good dark chocolate, that might be a good one to try.
Just with some added texture from almonds.
Yeah, and so next we have Theo. And this one is an organic cherry almond. It's a 70% cacao for this one. And like looking at the back of this one too, like since we did that on the other one, again, there's not like, I don't think we're gonna get like a whole lot of the almond in it.
Right.
Which, you know, that's, I mean, I guess we're going for the chocolate here, right? So
I'm interested because I don't really like cherries and I'm not big on almond extract, which I think tastes like cherries a little bit. So
It
if I
kinda
like
does a
this,
little,
it means
yeah.
it's a good chocolate.
I do see like little bits of cherry. I have had their coconut before that I really like. It's pretty good.
The cherry comes in midway through
Mm-hmm.
and it comes and you're like, oh, that's cherry, and then it's tart.
Mm-hmm.
I like that it includes
yeah.
the tartness of the
Yeah, it is a
like
tart
a natural
cherry.
fresh cherry instead of like a maraschino.
sweet. Yeah, mm-hmm. It definitely is a tart cherry.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
it
know what
creates a
kind of
good
cherry it is, but-
contrast with the chocolate, I think.
It is very nice.
Yeah.
I do like that one a lot, actually. Yeah, I don't know if it tells what kind of cherries are on here. It just says organic cherries, but they're like a little, they are tart, dried sour cherries.
Yum.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's actually really good. I would vote a thumbs up on that one.
This is one I've been excited for.
Oh no, this one's kind of fun. So what are these? These are the, this is like kind of a foodie brands of chocolate. And I think, do they have something that tells a little bit about them there?
That's the flavors.
Where's the thing like on the back of that? I think it maybe tells a little bit about them. So this is also a little local chocolatier. And I'm not sure I'm gonna say their name right. It looks like it's Ilan's it's raw chocolate. It says, and I'm going to read this little back part here to you, at least a little bit of it, so you can tell a little bit about what it's about. It says it's truly a rare special treat. The remarkable taste is the result of Ilan's unique recipe and tempering style in each batch. We import our, oh no, I'm going to really butcher the name of this, Criollo? CRIOLLO cacao paste and cacao butter from an organic fair trade farm in the Peruvian Amazon. Used in less than 5% of the world's chocolate production, the Criollo, hopefully I was getting close, variety is considered one of the best cacao in the world. Ilan's is committed to using this exquisite, delicate cacao in all of our chocolate, which results in an amazing flavor. Each chocolate square is ingeniously crafted to melt in your mouth, softness, revealing balanced flavor, and leaving your taste buds wanting more. So there's all these different kinds of them here, which I'm real excited to try too.
Right now I've unwrapped the ones that aren't similar to ones we've tasted. So I haven't done the cherry or the almond.
Okay.
The classic was somewhere in our rating lineup.
Oh, right.
And there's also coconut, marzipan, and coffee bean.
I did try the marzipan the other day because I couldn't wait to try one.
Yeah.
And it was very unique, but it was amazing. I really liked it. I thought it was really good. Is this one coconut?
That's the mint.
The mint? Oh, okay.
And it looks
like a mint patty.
Yeah. Without the fake flavoring or coloring, I feel like.
It's quite good. It's
That's really good.
it's very different though than what you. It's not at all like a mint patty, even though it's slightly like one.
The mint patty is really sharp, and you can tell it's a little artificial.
Mm-hmm.
And this mint flavor, I feel like, is very soft and seamless in the filling.
Mm-hmm.
And then the chocolate is where you get the texture, because
Yeah.
it doesn't melt as much as you would expect. But I would say that's
It's
good.
really different.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. Yeah, it's really good.
That's the orange.
This is orange. Okay. Yeah, orange and chocolate go well together.
Oh yeah.
Mm. Oh
That's
wow,
the
that's
filling.
really nice.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. It reminds me of like, I don't know if you've ever had like where you take orange rind and you dip them in dark chocolate around Christmas time or whatever. That's kind of what the flavor reminds me of a little bit.
That is like a perfect implementation of flavor, I think. To have chocolate and then taste the orange at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's very delicious. It's like refreshing
Yeah.
without being very citrus acidity like you expect from
Mm-hmm.
both dark chocolate and orange.
Feels
sometimes.
balanced or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This is the cranberry. Do you like cranberries?
I do like cranberries. Yeah.
It even looks like it has a little, it might have chunks of cranberry in it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there's dried cranberry in it.
I don't taste the cranberry much. Or maybe I didn't get the
I
cranberry.
think I got a lot of cranberry.
Maybe I need to take a little.
I'll turn it upside down.
Yeah, here's some on the edge. Maybe I'll try that on the edge.
The dried cranberry expects it to add what you think.
I can't say I'm a fan of that one.
No, it doesn't
just
do much for
isn't,
me.
like-
Especially after the orange. Like, how do you follow up with that?
What else did you have in here?
I would try the coffee.
Coffee? Okay.
And did you like the
I
marzipan?
want to try the coconut. Yeah, I like. You're welcome to. We can try the marzipan again too. I liked the. I really liked it a lot, and because it's unique, it's worth trying.
Yeah,
because it's unique.
when I saw that on the card, I was so taken aback a little bit because I thought that was so interesting.
What are we eating here?
Coffee.
Coffee.
It has a coffee bean in it.
I didn't get the bean, but you can taste the flavor of the coffee without the bean part. It is very good.
These are so soft.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
I'm tasting the coconut.
I got a coffee bean in mine, which I love. A crunchy coffee bean, especially inside chocolate.
The coconut tastes like it's like real coconut, like real good coconut flavor.
I used to get the chocolate covered coffee beans from Starbucks.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's good caffeine and because it's a great snack. But this is, the bean was crunchier than it
really?
was in the Starbucks
Interesting.
dipped coffee bean. I can't imagine why that happened, but this is the best like coffee chocolate combo I've ever had.
Oh, awesome. So then I think there's two other like interesting things here we've got to share too. This one comes from my sister, who has the Kentucky Millstone restaurant, and she's been taking all kinds of chocolate classes. It's kind of fun.
That's cool.
And so she's been making chocolates. She said this one's a little bigger truffle than she normally makes, and yes, it is a little on the larger side. We'll see what it looks like on it.
And it looks like she used gold leaf.
Yeah, she did use some kind of gold leaf thing. It looks, I mean, I don't know what this is, but it looks like peanut butter or something on the inside. I don't think it is, but it's definitely some kind of nut. No, but what kind of nut? Maybe hazelnut?
It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It does taste like hazelnut. Unless it's some
Yeah, it's
kind
almost
of...
like a, like the inside of a Reese cup, but not like peanut butter, like hazelnut butter or something,
definitely.
and then the chocolate around it.
That's what I was thinking. That's really good. I like that.
Mm-hmm. And then we have these cute little things. This is also a local person that hand makes chocolates. This one's Ruby's, These are just kind of like really cute. There's like these are all truffles from this place. And I gotta show you this one because it's adorable. It's a little piggy. And I will say, I don't remember like what these different varieties were, but they all like were very unusual. Like, and so I wish I had written down like what we were getting here, but we can try them too.
You don't think it's in this?
Oh, it probably was. Yeah, maybe there's some that tell what they are in there. I don't know.
Their menu has, it's their full menu. So there might be bourbon balls in there.
I didn't get bourbon ball.
Or turtles or buckeyes, pigtails, truffle cakes.
Oh, wow.
Their truffles are really cute. There's like a unicorn.
It's really different.
It's really good.
It's very like smooth though.
It doesn't taste like a brownie at all. It very much is close to a soft Oreo.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think we do definitely have to try a couple different ones of these.
The little piggies
for
at
fun.
the butcher.
This is delicious too. Though I will say that I think their truffle insides are like the inside of this truffle is very similar to the inside of that one, but this does have a different flavor, but the texture is kind of the same. It's kind of almost like this cookie dough, like kind of chocolate cookie dough type texture.
Oh yeah. It seems maybe like it's a little more dense.
Mm-hmm.
The little piggy is good.
I
White
love
chocolate.
that one.
It's very creamy.
Now, I do remember you're not going to want this one because this one was a cherry, and you said you're not into the cherry, but I'll taste the cherry.
Thank you. Take one for the team.
Put one back in here.
It is cute.
This is good too. So yeah, these are all very unique.
Very good.
Yeah, very good.
I recommend.
So if you, I would definitely recommend trying these. Again, this one was Ruby's Chocolates. It says, handmade in Cincinnati, Ohio, but if I remember correctly, I think you can go to the website and actually order and have them shipped to you and everything.
Wow.
So now maybe we can share and see what we had picked out was like our favorites and what they were.
Yes.
Well, I take another bite of this one that's like a salted caramel. Like, how can I not? Yum, yum.
So the first one you gave a 5 and I gave a 6, and it was the brand Green and Blacks, and it was 70% cacao.
Okay.
So very standard.
Mm-hmm.
The second one we both gave a 3, and it was the Maverick 60% dark milk chocolate.
Oh yeah,
which we
knew
guessed.
it was gonna be the milk because we're just not milk chocolate people.
Yeah. Number 3 you gave a 9 and I gave a 6, and it was Maverick 70% Belize.
Oh, I'm not surprised at that because that's one of my favorites that I've tasted there before and have bought there in the past. It is definitely, and I think they've won good food awards for that one too.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. It was really good. Number 4 we both gave 9s, and it was the Maverick 75% Vietnam. So the darkest one we had.
And I think he told me that one's kind of special to them, and I think he was saying that it's up for a good food award too, and they haven't heard yet whether they got it or not.
That's exciting. Number 5, we both got this right because I'm sure you thought it too. You gave a 7 and I gave an 8, and it was Graters.
Yeah, and the reason we know is because here, if you haven't had Graters, which you can get Graters across the U.S. or whatever, but they have a very distinctive chocolate that is in their chocolate chunk ice creams, and they always are so smooth and like just melt in your mouth chocolate.
It is the only chocolate in an ice cream I've had that's not hard because it's cold.
Yeah,
it stays
soft,
that's
true. That's a good point.
Which is really, and as soon as I took a bite, I could tell it was the same. Number 6, you gave a 5 and I gave a 4, and it was the raw chocolate from the Ilan's brand.
Okay. And it's interesting because I really like a lot of the other ones, but just like that classic one, it just kind of wasn't, it didn't overwhelm me. But the rest of them I would definitely recommend.
Do you have a favorite of all of the other ones we tried?
Wow.
Mine would be immediately, no question, the orange Ilan's raw chocolate. I just thought it was so seamless and smooth.
Gosh, that's a hard one.
And a really great flavor combo.
I kind of like some of these ones that I've tried from Ruby's too.
The truffles, those are really good.
Yeah, no, this was a lot of fun. Hopefully listening to like our opinions as we delight that our taste buds through this little chocolate excursion here might help you in case you decide to take advantage of some of the sales on chocolates after the holiday. Yeah, just wanted to remind you all too that if you did get your chocolate or you want to pick some chocolate up for yourself, that dark chocolate's actually good for you. It has a lot of it's got proteins and it's got flavonoids, which are like in the form of, like, did you say they were plant-based antioxidants? I believe is what, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about what we just did too much, because
even though it was a lot of chocolate,
it was a lot.
sitting.
We took tiny bites. It also is really good for your blood flow, which also means good brain function.
Hey, we're all about.
I feel smarter already. And we're laughing. It increases your serotonin.
There you go. That's why we're feeling so good right now.
It has nothing to do with the sugar rush.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I think just the key is like, if you do indulge, like, it's okay to treat yourself to things like chocolate, because, like, well, for some of the reasons we just talked about too. Like, I mean, especially from the serotonin aspect of it. The key is just limiting yourself and not going overboard, which I sometimes do anyway. Like, for sure, in fact, the other day I was just telling Sophia earlier that I had made this chocolate dessert and I ate more of it than I would have liked yesterday, to be perfectly honest. But as long as you don't do that every day, then you shouldn't beat yourself up about it if you ate more, like I did yesterday. I truly did eat more than I should have. But you just try harder to make sure that that's not an everyday occurrence. For me, that'll probably mean like a lot of these chocolate bars have to get stored downstairs a little further away, so I at least have to go out of my way to get them. They're not going to be sitting on in a basket on the edge of my desk like sometimes they used to do when I was working in the cubicle.
That's dangerous.
It's dangerous, yeah. So anyway, hope you have enjoyed this video. Hope we've given you some useful information in case you want to check out some new different taste profiles in chocolate. And if you do, let us know which ones might be your favorite, especially if you have one like in your city or whatever, a local chocolate chocolatier that makes their own chocolate. I'd love to know where that is, and some other good varieties to check out from the small local producers of chocolate. That's kind of a fun thing. So so thank you Sophia for joining me.
Thanks for
this experience,
indulging me with chocolate.
All right, let us know what you think and have a great rest of your week.